Stop waiting for motivation. If you want lasting change, you need a system, not a mood. Motivation might fire you up temporarily, but discipline is what carries you through when enthusiasm fades. In this video, we'll explore what science says about motivation, why it often fails, and why discipline is your real secret weapon. Motivation is the psychological force that drives you toward goals, but it comes in different flavors. Intrinsic motivation is when you do something because it's inherently satisfying, you enjoy it, or it aligns with your values. Extrinsic motivation is when you act for external rewards or to avoid punishment. This distinction is central in self-determination theory, which argues that people sustain effort best when they feel autonomy, competence, and relatedness. However, motivation is inherently unstable. It's influenced by mood, energy, novelty, and external circumstances. Today, you feel inspired, tomorrow, not so much. If your system depends solely on feeling it, you'll often be let down. Moreover, psychological research on willpower and self-control presents mixed results. Large replication efforts have questioned how reliable endless self-control can be. In other words, expecting constant motivation or superhuman willpower is a risky bet. Discipline is a structure, routines and habits you design so behaviors happen even when motivation is absent. A foundational study on habit formation tracked real people over 12 weeks, asking them to repeat a behavior in a consistent context. It found that habit strength increased gradually and that the median time to reach 95% of the maximum automaticity was around 66 days, much longer than the 21 days to change a habit myth. That means many new habits take months to become second nature. It's not a one-size-fits-all timeline. Some habits form faster, others slower, depending on complexity and context. But the lesson is clear. Consistency and context is key. In designing discipline, you reduce dependence on motivation by relying on cues, automatic responses, and environment design. How do you translate good intentions into real behaviors? Psychology offers several tools. Implementation intentions. This is a strategy of planning ahead via if-then statements. Meta-analyses show this tactic significantly helps people go from intention to action. The idea starts so small that resistance is negligible. Over time, incrementally build on these micro-behaviors. The tiny steps lower friction and make consistency more viable. These tactics shift the burden away from relying on strong daily motivation and toward a structure that makes the behavior nearly automatic. Discipline isn't about suppressing all joy or becoming robotic. Motivation still matters, especially for scale, creativity, and enjoyment. If someone feels forced or incompetent, the structure may collapse. So disciplines built in alignment with your values and purpose are more likely to stick. Another caution, earlier models of ego depletion, the idea that self-control is a limited resource that drains, enjoyed popularity, but replication studies found mixed support. Some large-scale studies replicate weak effects, others fail, suggesting that simplistic use-up self-control models are incomplete. In practice, that means you can't always push through on pure willpower alone. Structure helps reduce the need to do so. Here's a step-by-step, science-backed approach you can follow. Choose one small behavior to build first. Make it so easy you can't talk yourself out of it. Anchor it to a consistent cue. Use an existing routine, after brushing teeth, after lunch, before checking your phone, etc. The consistency of context helps habit formation. Track your behavior and celebrate small wins. Even a simple calendar check or tick reinforces your commitment and gives you evidence of progress. Scale gradually. Once the behavior becomes automatic, raise the dose or layer a second tiny habit. Over time, these routines become the muscle memory that powers long-term goals even when motivation runs low. Motivation lights the fire. Discipline keeps it burning. Motivation can inspire action, but it's fragile and fleeting. Discipline, structured, cue-driven, incrementally built, sustains action over the long haul. Use tools like implementation intentions and tiny habits to bridge the gap between want and do.
Design your environment, honor your psychological needs, and you'll find that discipline becomes your most reliable ally on the path to growth.